going to do is we're going to ask ourselves a question. We're going to do it out loud, okay? So we're going to ask the question. You're going to ask it with me. Once I cue you, the question is, why am I here? Okay? And we're going to say that over and over until we are screaming it, okay? So ready? 1, 2, 3. Why am I here? 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 All right, ready? Everybody just scream! Why am I here? Fabulous. Why are you here? That is a wonderful question. Well, here's what's the great thing about why you're here. You might be here for a variety of different reasons. You might be here because it's cooler up here, it's 80 degrees, and that's pretty nice. You might be here because somebody drug you here and is like, you have to go to RHA campus, the coolest thing, and you're like, I don't know about that yet, but I'll find out. You might be here because you absolutely love RHA and this is where it's at. It doesn't matter why you're here. What matters is that you are here. You made a conscious decision to get on that bus and sit on it for apparently like an hour and a half yesterday and wait until you came to camp. You know, you made a conscious decision to come here. So I applaud you for that decision. But now you have another decision to make. There are things in our life that keep us from making friends. You know, sometimes you don't get to know people, you don't connect. I can't imagine that every single person in here is connected with every single person in here since you arrived last night, correct? Correct. So there are people to get to know in this room, and I encourage you to get to know all of them. But sometimes there are things in our life that prevent us from getting to know other people. And I have a fabulous example, and she's okay with me sharing. But there's Tatiana right back there. Say, hi, Tatiana. Hi, Tatiana. Do y'all know her? Yes. She's freaktastic awesome. She is the advisor for the Center Hall Council. And Tatiana started working here this summer. She was a new staff member, a new ACD on staff, and myself, I was a returning CD. And she came on staff, and we kind of had some interactions during training, and I kind of was like, this chick doesn't like me. She thinks I'm crazy, which is valid. I mean, I am sort of crazy, and I'm kind of a lot to handle sometimes. But I just had this sense that she didn't really like me. I didn't really ask her, but I just got this sense that she was like, meh. So I was like, you know what, I don't need Tatiana to like me. Not my problem. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to get to know her. Doesn't matter. But there was one moment when all of a sudden I changed my mind. And I was like, you know what? That's me getting in the way of my ability to make friends with people. I need to check myself. And so I did. And you know what I did? I went and got to know Tatiana despite what I thought she thought of me. Because you all do that. You know, you think somebody doesn't like you and so you just kind of shy away. But guess what? I mean, who knows what Tatiana thought? What did you think of me when you first met me, Tots?
Oh, you're awesome.
Oh, well, see? And so sometimes you don't even know. I mean, she could totally have thought I was a bitch, and that'd be okay. But needless to say, you never know what that other person's thinking of you. And so just taking that time to get to know them, that everyone has a story. Everyone has at least one story that will stop your heart. And I totally believe that. I think that there is a story in every single one of your lives. You've all been here for 18, 20, 25, some odd years. There's been things that have happened in your life, and each of you has a story that will break your heart. And I want you to all realize that as you walk around. You're going to be here, you're going to be engaged. You don't have to be, but if you want to really get some out of this, be engaged, be friendly, make friends. You might have some downtime between sections and things like that. Every moment you have here at camp is an opportunity. You will never be this group all together at the same time ever again this weekend. If you can do all of those things, I promise you're going to get a heck of a lot more out of RHA camp than if you're just sitting as a pedestrian watching it all happen in front of you, okay? So thank you so much for being here. I am so excited for you.